him and every mayor, because nobody's ever seen the scale. You know, when you're given millions.
What's up, guys? Thanks to anybody that comes in the stream or anybody that watches this later. Much love. I'll be right back. Y'all can listen to this. I'll be in the chat though. I'll be back in a minute.
They have started with respect to masks is the sterilization process. Some are, are really, it works very well.
Just gonna let y'all listen. I don't want
to throw them out.
Get myself in trouble.
We have a sterilization process that's working very hard. Speaking of that, hand sanitizers, when you asked the question on the companies and what's going on, we have many companies now. Companies that made whiskey, that made alcohol, they've now gone very quickly into the hand sanitizers and all of, you've been reading about 3 or 4 big companies. We're doing incredibly well on that. There was no way if you took the existing companies that something like that could happen. But it happens almost, they'll call Peter Navarro, or they'll call somebody. In one case, they called me. They said, we can do this, we can do that. We've had a lot of those calls where companies there's a company in New Hampshire, a great company, they want to make ventilators. I never thought of them for ventilators, but they do make metal equipment and things out of metal. That'd be great, they'll make a great product. So Peter, I think you're seeing a lot of that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
The bill that is being contemplated by the Senate right now has a fund that has hundreds of billions of dollars for the Treasury Department to use to bail out states and localities, as well as specific industries such as cruises and hotels. Will you commit publicly that none of that taxpayer money will go towards your own personal
Every time I do it, like for instance, I committed publicly that I wouldn't take the $450,000 salary. It's a lot of money, whether you're rich or not, it's a lot of money. And I did it, nobody cared. Nobody said thank you. Nobody said thank you very much. Now, I didn't commit legally, I just said, I don't want it. I don't want my salary. I work for zero. I don't want my salary. Nobody said, oh, thank you very much. But I guarantee you, if I ever took it, you would go out after me, you in particular would go out after me like crazy. So I have no idea what they're talking about with regard to the one element. Everything's changing, just so you understand, it's all changing. But I have no idea. But every time I commit to do something, I committed to do that. Look, I ran, and everybody knew I was a rich person. I built a great company, and people knew that. But I agreed to do things. I didn't have to. I still don't have to. But my company, I told the kids who are running it, I'm not running it, but I told them, don't deal with foreign companies, don't deal. I didn't have to do that. I could have just ran, and I didn't have to do that at all. And instead of being thanked for, again, not agreeing to do it, but just for not doing it, I get excoriated all the time. So I've learned, let's just see what happens, because we have to save some of these great companies. They can be great companies literally in a matter of weeks. We have to save them. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, can I go back to your announcement at the top about the National Guard and then also the medical structures that are going to be built? Okay, so you said that there would be 8 large medical structures that will be built in California with more than 2,000 beds. And then I think I heard you say there would be 4 small medical structures in the state of Washington with 250 beds. And could you say what cities and areas those are going to be in specifically?
So we are filling the governor's request, and so we send that resource to them. They'll put it to best use. They'll put it to where they will have the most effect. So we don't dictate exactly where it goes. Again, it's a request from the state to the federal government for a certain asset, and those assets are sent to the governor can use it as he or she sees fit.
And you're still considering, you just said that using the cruise ships as well. So
we need them. I hope we don't need them. I hope you're going to have great luck on Tuesday morning. We sent a lot of the medicine. We don't have to go into it again, but we sent a lot of the medicine to Governor Cuomo. I believe they already have it. And they have some very capable people. We spoke to Dr. Zucker, who is his primary representative on this. And we spoke to the governor himself. And I think he's excited about it like I'm excited about it now. Will it work? I think it has a really good chance. I think it's worthwhile. Why should we be testing it in a test tube for a year and a half when we have thousands of people that are very sick? They're very, very sick. And we can use it on those people and maybe make them better. And in some cases, maybe save their lives. So Governor Cuomo told me they'll be using their supply, starting their supply on Tuesday morning. I think it's very exciting. I think because if that happens, much of what we're talking about with ships and hospitals and all of the things that we're doing and all of these masks and everything that we're ordering, ventilators, it's a whole different game if that happens. And we'll see. There's been some tremendous signs that this could work. Now again, you know, some doctors think it should go for years of testing, but you know, this has been something that's been around for many years. It's been phenomenal, strong, powerful drug for malaria. But we think it might work on this, based on evidence, based on very strong evidence. We're going to see, we're going to know on, you know, sometime after Tuesday. But you'll have to ask Governor Cuomo. I think they're going to start the process. We've gotten them the drug. I think they're going to start the process of giving the drug mouth, you know, through mouth. And I think that starts on Tuesday morning, he said. And that'll be, I mean, I'll tell you what, I don't want to get anybody overly excited, but I'm very excited by that, by the prospect of it. Then in addition to that, they're working, NIH is working on vaccines and all. They're making great progress, but the vaccine does have to be tested for a long period of time because you can't give, you know, thousands, millions of people a vaccine and it turns out to be dangerous. So that does have to be tested. But this one's been taken for a long time, so we know pretty much when result. Yeah, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wanted to ask about China and President Xi. When was the last time you had a conversation?
Well, I don't want to exactly say that, but I have spoken to President Xi about this, specifically about this. And look, he doesn't want this. You know, this is not something that he wants, and it happened. It happened to China. And one thing they told me, I was told by our great Secretary of Agriculture, Sonny Perdue, that China's been buying a lot of our farm product. And I'm looking at different pricing, but China has, despite all of this, and it started, it's delayed it a little bit, obviously, but it started fairly recently. But China's buying, we made a new deal, as you know, with China, a very big trade deal, and China has been buying our agricultural product.
Masks, I mean, they've been a supplier in the United States of masks.
Yes, in fact, they're sending some masks. They're sending masks to Italy. They are sending masks to Italy. We're in a very good process with masks. But I'm a little upset with China, I'll be honest with you, because as much as I like President Xi and as much as I respect the country and admire the country, I have great admiration for the country, what they've done in a short period of time. Of course, our previous presidents allowed that to happen. You should say thank you very much to all of them. But they should have told us about this. And I did ask them whether or not we could send some people in. They didn't want that. Out of pride, I think really out of pride. They don't want us sending people into China to help them. You know, China's a strong country. They have their scientists and they have their doctors, very smart, a lot of people. But I did discuss that about sending our people in, and they didn't really respond. We went again, they didn't respond. If they went in, they would have been able to give us a much earlier indication. But we had an early indication. That's why I closed out China. I mean, I felt it was my instinct, but that's why I closed out China at a very early time. Please.
All right, guys, here.
Are undocumented.
You keep saying China, China, China.
Without fear of being reported.
Thank y'all for coming in.
Officials for possible.
It's really a fair question. I think I'll let
The effects in China.
please. Surgeon General.
We know from a public health perspective that it is important that people who have symptoms can get tested, but as you heard earlier, we are well, we know that the virus doesn't judge based on where you're from, and so it's important that we try to get people tested who have symptoms, but the important thing that we really want people to hear is that inpatients need to be tested. We need to prioritize our healthcare workers, and one thing I would like to say to you all very quickly, on behalf of the doctors on the task force, healthcare workers, we hear you. We hear you, and we absolutely are prioritizing your health and safety.
Heck yeah,
Healthcare
Hessel.
workers can get tested, inpatients can get tested.
Hey, Pete Flamingo.
But to answer your question, yes, we absolutely want to make sure people who have symptoms, who could be spreading it, can get tested.
Yeah, none from there.
Department of Homeland Security addressed that issue a few days ago. Customs and Border Protection actually issued guidance that
Hey, 9 Cali Beers 100. Not much, man, listening to all this stuff.
circumstances, the Customs and Border Protection does not target emergency rooms.
Yeah, I
or
think
health
it
clinics.
might be one of the
And I would refer you to the website.
side effects.
They
I
issued
don't know.
A very clear statement making it clear to any person that is in need of a test or medical care that Customs and Border Protection is not focusing on emergency rooms or health clinics or the drive-through clinics.
That they could come in without fear of.
Yes.
Okay, hey, Joker.
And if that's not the policy. I'll
Thank
look at the
you.
policy.
Thanks for
And I was
coming
just
in.
saying, as Mike was saying that,
That sucks.
the answer is yes, we will do those tests, because I think in that case it's important. I think that if you could say illegal alien, you could say illegal immigrant, you could say whatever you want to use your definition of what you're talking about, we're all talking about the same thing. Yes, we will test that person, because I think it's important that we test that person, and we don't want to send that person back into wherever we're going to be sending the person, whether it's another country or someplace
Hey,
else. because
how are you,
we're
Not
now
Kelly?
bringing them right out of our country.
Hey, Danny, not much, man. What's
Yeah,
up?
we will test those people.
Thanks for coming in.
Okay?
Mr. Surgeon General, a question for, we were talking about this before the briefing. You know, a lot of folks, they're watching TV, they're reading up on this constantly. If you are not, and you know, somebody who's got a pre-existing health condition, but you all of a sudden go, you know, all of a sudden I just don't feel 100%. And then your mind just starts playing with you, right? You think,
Oh, you're in
I
New
had
York
a
for
cough
real?
3 hours
Dang.
ago. Was that a first sign? When should those
He's talked a lot about
people
New York.
start to say, okay, maybe I need to call a
Yes.
doctor? Because you don't want to flood them, but a lot of people that are probably healthy right now. are
That's
thinking,
your Uncle Danny.
That's all in the area, that's all I can think about. When should I either call a doctor or get tested?
You need a test?
Well, I hope not.
Hope not, for real.
You're
You're in Philadelphia, Essel. Hey, Ernie Hatmaker, thank you for coming in.
Only 10% of the people who have symptoms.
Well, me and Danny, we're in North
actually
Carolina.
tested positive for coronavirus, meaning 9 out
Our
of 10
county's
people who
still
actually likely had symptoms
clear so
do not
far.
have the coronavirus. So I want people to understand that so that they are reassured. I also want to direct people to a
Heck
website
yeah,
we've been
thing.
telling them about all the time, coronavirus.gov. Coronavirus.gov has information to walk you through the symptoms, fever, cough, shortness of breath, body aches, and what to do if you have symptoms or you're worried. The most important thing we can tell people is call your healthcare provider, talk to your healthcare provider.
Yeah, we will, Danny, one way or another.
To walk you through when to come in and when and what to do.
We got
You
to.
got tested yesterday. I'm just curious, sir. Can you tell us what that was like for you? A lot of people are going to be going through this. Were you standing by the phone? Were you just?
Wow, that's crazy, for real.
What was that like? And what did you?
Yeah, churches are closed here, too.
The test was very quick, but it goes a fair amount up into your sinuses, and it's not comfortable. And that's the reason it probably is a good opportunity to say again to any American looking on. If you don't have symptoms, you don't need a test. Current testing format, although they're evolving regularly now, we just mentioned that I think at the end of this week there'll be a new test, and there's all new technologies. I would say again to all the governors that are looking on and their state health officials, contact FEMA. We'll give you all the latest information on new testing.
Yeah, I don't want it either.
Steps we're making where Americans will be able to test themselves and send it in.
Hey, Victory Leo.
What was that like for you? Well, for me and Mrs. Pence.
Got that right.
It was kind of a pinch.
It's insane. This is everywhere it's going
We
on.
were grateful for the support. Walked through the hospital process the
Crazy.
test very quickly. We had a lab at the hospital to be able to do that and gave us the results.
Yeah, it's true, Danny. It's just try not to make contact with anybody. Stay away from them.
During that time as a family. And it's one of the reasons the president's made it such a priority that we brought all these commercial labs together. And now more than 250,000 tests have been done. We believe we'll be caught up, if you will, by the middle of this week on a backlog of tests. But we announced today.
Yeah, I've never even actually been there, Danny. It's probably
It's
closed too now. I don't
People who
know.
are in the hospital for tests, because we want to continue to work with new technology and with the new focus.
I know where it is. I just never watched nothing there.
To get the
I've always
results
wanted to,
as
though.
quickly as possible for every American. So if they have coronavirus, they can be properly treated, or they can have the peace of mind that they may have some other respiratory ailment, but not that.
Yeah, I've worked, but all our hours have been awful lot of hours.
And you know, anybody that knows Karen Pence knows this because the vice president told me. He said she actually handled it better than him. Right? That's true, right? I didn't handle it so well either, don't worry about it.
President, Speaker Pelosi earlier today said that the House may introduce its own bill. Are you willing to work with
It
the
sounds like the
Speaker
testing's not too
on a House
fun
bill?
either.
And given what happened in the Senate just a short time ago, what are you willing to do to get this bill over the finish line, given the urgency? Secondly, did you send a letter to North Korea's Kim Jong-un seeking cooperation with the coronavirus? And if so, what?
Wow. That's
If they
been a
need help,
while.
we'll give them help. There's nobody has what we have, especially with the new tests that are coming out. North Korea, Iran, by the way, and others. We are open for helping other countries. And it's a very serious time, and North Korea is going through something. Iran is going through something very, very strong. Iran is really going through a very difficult period with respect to this, as you know. So I put it's really a glad hand. It's all of it.
Hey, Ed's attention to detail. Thanks for coming in.
And we're working with, as the doctor can say, we're working with many countries with respect to the problems that they have. Again, it's over 140 countries right now. But North Korea, Iran, and many other countries.
All right, for real, Z. Thanks for coming in.
And we're willing to. As an example, this new test, if this new test works out where instead of
Yes,
what we all
Joe.
went through with this
No doubt.
rather difficult test, to put it nicely, we would have, is that just a swab on the tongue, doctor? Just a, how does that work?
It's a similar swab, but I think we're gonna do it in the.
Not to the same, not to the
Not to
same.
the same level.
It doesn't go all the way up and hangs it right under your eye, right? So, that's a tough test. So if we do that, the procedure, the test, and nobody has this in the world, nobody has this. This is developed by us. We think it's going to be, certified.
Yeah, no, I noticed that Daddy too. I'm like, what's wrong with his eyes?
Speaker Pelosi, sir, what about Speaker?
We're gonna work with everybody to see if we get something done, please.
I mean, just to follow up on that, are you?
His eyes and his lips.
Whatever we have to help the American worker, we have to help the countries from which the American workers, I mean, they came out of these companies that were doing phenomenally well. You saw where payroll was going way up, where wages were going way, way up. There's never been a time like this. We can't lose those companies, and we want
Yeah, no
the
doubt.
workers to be happy. And we're being, I think, more generous than anybody's ever been. We want to take care of the worker, but we want to make sure that when we win the war, it's only a question of it's when, not if. When we win the war against the virus, we want to make sure those companies are ready to charge forward. Not that they've been disbanded because we were penny wise and dollar foolish.
There are factories around the world that produce medical protective equipment that are used in European hospitals. They've been certified for use at the highest.
I think he's doing a pretty good job with this, honestly.
Willing to look at a waiver for that equipment to be sold from those factories.
Well, we asked that question a little while ago, and the answer is we may, but we may not need it. We do a very high standard. Our standard is higher. Please.
Mr. President, I was hoping you could give some guidance to American families who are anxious about their financial futures. Earlier today, on one of the morning shows, the Secretary of the Treasury, Steve Mnuchin, was talking about the millions of Americans who are impacted by these shutdowns that are happening in cities and sometimes full states. And Secretary Mnuchin said that this shutdown, this lockdown could last 10 to 12 weeks, perhaps early into June. Given that, will you consider another fiscal stimulus, another check to
We're
these
going to see what
families?
happens. Hopefully we need it, but we might. But we're going to see what happens. Look, the greatest thing we can do is win the war. The war is against the virus. That's the war. We do that, everything, I really believe everything's going to fall into place. It's going to be beautiful. I call it a pent-up demand. People are dying to go out to a restaurant. People are dying to go onto airplanes. I think.
Okay, Sean, yeah, I'll check that out.
You may be surprised to the degree. I think it's going to go very rapidly because this wasn't a financial crisis, just the opposite. This was a medical crisis.
Mr. President, the Did you or your family sell stocks?
No, I don't have stock. I own things, so.
Did you make any alternates to investments in advance of this?
No, I didn't think about it. You know, it's very interesting that you ask a question like that.
Okay, Danny.
This has to be asked, I guess. What I've done by deciding to remember this, I knew this the first day. I said, if I win, it's going to cost a lot of money. It cost me billions
I could
of
probably
dollars
do
to
that.
be president, to be president of the United States. In things that would normally be run at a certain thing, even people that don't like me because they think I'm too tough on the border.
My internet was screwing up too that night, so.
You know, it's very funny. My wife, we were at a charity event in New York City. I had just announced that I was running, and we were at the Robin Hood Foundation at the convention center, which now we're going to be converting to.
If tomorrow goes right, anyway.
And I was walking in, and there was a smattering of boos and a smattering of cheers. I was getting both. And our very popular First Lady, she's turned out to be very popular. People have great respect for her. But a very popular First Lady said to me,
Yeah, I got you, Danny. That's
"That's
cool.
strange. I've never."
Hey, I appreciate you
heard
asking me.
anybody That was very early on, because I think I called for strong borders, or I called for something that other people don't like, you know. And I knew this would happen. I knew it was going to happen. But the fact that I ran, and I knew as soon as they announced, when I ran, I said, it's going to cost me a fortune. Not only in terms of actual cost. Look at my.
I believe I had a rough one that
Everybody is suing me. I'm being sued by people that I never even heard of. I'm being sued all over the place. And doing very well, but it's unfair.
I'm having to deal with all this crap too, because of work.
Running for president, and I don't think rich people, Michael,
It's just been a mess.
that now is determined almost $1 billion, and look what happened. I think it's very hard for rich people to run for office. It's far more costly. It's just it's a very tough thing. Now, with all of that being said, I'm so glad I've done it, because, you know, there are a lot of rich people around. Got a lot of rich friends, but they can't help, and they can't.
Yeah, I'm actually not gonna be around tomorrow. I'm supposed to be going to Greensboro to help somebody do something. I'm off of work, so I'm not sure what time I'll be back, honestly.
Veterans with all of the things we've done, especially choice. But
But,
when you look at all of accountability, when you look at all of the things that we've done, rebuilding the military.
I work Tuesday. I'm there 11
We
to
had the tax cuts because we had cushion.
6 or later, probably.
Catastrophic.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, that's cool.
This was all cushion. But I will say that it cost me billions of dollars to be president, and especially with all the money I could have made for the last 3 or 4 years.
Nah, Kim, I haven't.
Being president.
That could be a while. They were going to Chicago, so.
Washington, they say he was a rich man.
And I don't know what's going on there, so.
And he ran.
They may not even be sending mail to tell him.
They say he had 2 desks. Nobody complained until I came along. I got elected as a rich person, but nobody complained until I came along. So it cost me billions of dollars to be.
All right, Danny, man. Thanks.
president,
Thanks for
and I'm
coming
so
in.
happy
Much
I did
love.
it. Because who cares?
I'll talk to you
Who
tomorrow.
cares? I'm really happy with the job we're doing.
You too. Stay
And I'm
safe
glad
out
that
there.
This team and me are here for this horrible thing. I mean, it's a number of people have said it, but, and I feel it, actually. I'm a wartime president. This is a war. This is a war, different kind of a war than we've ever had. And when you look at the economics of the war, in the past, we used to stimulate to get people jobs. Now we're stimulating to protect people because we don't want them to work. Because we want them to stay away.
Yeah, I
from
think
each
so,
other.
Kim.
We
God, I
want
hope
them to
so.
gather. Social gathering.
Just to have it, honestly.
Billions of dollars more than that. So that they don't gather. They don't, because we have to defeat this.
I'm a little worried about all of our
But
futures right
it
now.
cost me billions and billions of dollars to be president, and I am so happy I did it.
Foreign countries, please. I realize that your priority is to Americans and of
But
course
at least something I'll have, so.
Have you ever considered considered
That
supporting
will
the
help me
foreign countries who are also fighting this global
in the
pandemic?
future.
Well, we do help our countries, and that was the other question.
Right.
And I'm honored to help, and the doctor has helped. The Surgeon General is speaking to other countries all the time. They're asking him questions. What do we do? Nobody's ever seen anything like this. They're calling our people all of the time. And yes, I have let it be known that we'll help people, including North Korea, including Iran, and including many other countries. It's very important to do that.
Are you considering any financial support for them? Let me quote to you, two retired, a retired general and a retired admiral from the U.S. Global Coalition. No matter how successful we are in fighting the threat of COVID-19 pandemic at home, we'll never stop it unless we're also fighting it around the world. So financially, is there anything in the stimulus bill? And then are you considering
So,
money?
no, not in the stimulus bill, but we are very much, I mean, we give away billions of dollars for, as an example, AIDS in Africa. We're still fighting that battle. It's a tremendous battle, tremendous war also. But we're fighting it here, as you know, in 10 years. Now it's 8 years because I started it. It should have been started before, long before I got here, because they had the answer even before. But we're fighting that battle. Will be AIDS-free in approximately 8 years. It looks like that is going to happen. We're spending a lot of money.
Wow, that would be
With
cool.
other countries. If you look at the aid that we give to other countries, we give billions and billions and billions of dollars to other countries. And a lot of times I say, you know, we could save a lot of money, we shouldn't have. And then they come in, I say, what's it used for? It's used to fight malaria. It's in countries that are very poor. It's used to fight AIDS in Africa. It's used to fight many other things, many other things. And I don't think I've ever said no. I can't. It's just so terrible. Countries that we have really, we're not involved with them very much, other than there would be tremendous death. Tremendous death. I mean, you could get a list, and I could get you a list. We give away billions of dollars to other countries, and we are giving away a lot in terms of everything, and probably we'll end up doing, economically doing something for other countries. But when I'm presented with these lists, that yes, sir, in Africa we're fighting AIDS or we're fighting something else, I tell you what, I start off by saying, you know, we could save a lot of money, and then by the time they walk those lists into my office, I say, we have to keep doing that. That's humanity you're talking. How about one more question? Yes, please.
I wanted to ask you about the states that have not yet issued home orders. So in Texas, for example, the hospitals have said that they expect to run out of beds by the end of April if the governor does not issue a stay-at-home order. Dallas County just announced an order. It's not.
Well, that's a great governor. You're talking about Greg Abbott in Texas, and he's a great governor, and he knows what he's doing. A lot of the areas that he's talking about, a lot of the counties he's talking about are not very strongly affected. You know, it's a very different kind of a place and a great place. But I have total confidence in Governor Greg Abbott.
You're okay with the lack of uniformity?
Yeah, sure, because every state is different. Every state's different. I mean, Idaho, West Virginia, Iowa, Nebraska are much different than New York, than California, Los Angeles as an example, or San Francisco. They're much different. I mean, it's much different. The hotspots right now are state of Washington, and probably number one by far right now is New York. That's a hotspot like no other hotspot. And California is a hotspot, but New York right now is the leader. There's no question. All right, final question.
Thank you, sir. Your administration is backing a lawsuit to invalidate the Affordable Care Act. And given that people are losing their jobs now and need health care more than ever, would you
It's a
consider
damn mess.
rethinking your position on that?
Well, that's a lawsuit coming out of Texas again. It was headed up by Texas. And what we want to do is get rid of the bad health care and put in a great health care. And we will always, I will say this, I can make this commitment to you, the Republican Party is fully backing pre-existing conditions. Now, if we could get a great health care plan, which would need the House to do, but if we can get a great health care plan, we will only do it if we have pre-existing conditions totally back. So we're backing pre-existing, but we'd like to get rid of bad health care. Now, we are running the bad health care much better than it was ever run, and we're making it better. But it could be much better than it is. And so what we want to do is terminate it, have a great health care, but we will only do it with pre-existing. We will back pre-existing conditions, okay? Thank you all very much. Thank you. We'll be back. We'll have a meeting tomorrow. Thank you.
Meeting tomorrow, he says.
Yes.
He's been having to do this every day, guys. He's been having to go live like me every day. Having to deal with a hell of a lot more problems than me, though. Good God, I would not be wanting to run this country right now, or ever, for that matter. It is a damn
President Trump wrapping up a
disaster
very
going
long
on.
news conference at the White House. Says there will be another one tomorrow. What we will do now is show you all of the events that happened earlier today from
Crazy,
across
guys.
the country, states and
I'm gonna,
all doing their
what are we
business.
gonna do?
Back out live right
I'm
here
gonna use the
from
bathroom.
Now.com, starting at
And then I think we'll walk outside and we'll smoke.
We'll continue on.
Approximately 47 Pennsylvanians have required hospitalization since March 6th.
Alright, that's enough of that.
That continues.
I've just heard I've heard all I wanna hear about that damn virus today. Oh, God. It's affecting everything. It just ain't worth a damn. Alright, guys, I'll be right back. We're gonna walk outside. I'm just gonna go use the bathroom. Oh, Lord help us all. Alright, guys. Oh, God. It's getting crazy mess out there. Let's disconnect from the Wi-Fi for a second and we will walk outside. In a minute, it might spaz out. Alright, I'm back. Because if I walk outside and have it connected to the internet, it will just cut off. So we do that. Checking outside. Thanks for everybody coming in. The stream was lit. It's probably because of what we were listening to. Well, and me. Not really no new faces, so. feel too bad out here. Need a jacket too. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's a little cool, but not bad. Walk off, the neighbor came outside. Nope. Hey Cheryl, thanks for coming in. We're taking a walk. I don't want me sitting next to somebody. She lives like right behind where I was sitting at, so I don't want nobody in my stream. That's where the river is. Way back in there, which I go way, probably a mile from here or so. Pretty nice scenery though. Heard that, Ellen. Yep. Dropped your phone. That happens. Yeah, it's not too bad out here. This has been a crazy year. Just weather-wise, everything. Like it only snowed really. Didn't all do nothing. I guess it's not really that strange to some people that have cell phones to be talking to one now because people FaceTime and stuff, so. She didn't really look at me funny too much. Go back home. Alright guys, I'm gonna reconnect to the Wi-Fi. Might spaz out a second. Alright, I guess we're good. I'm glad I remembered. I would have no data and I might end up needing it. Set y'all here for a second. Yeah, Ellen. Uh-oh. Hold on a second, guys. I've got to answer this. Hello. Alright, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Oh, the girl was freaking out, which that was weird. Stupid thing. So we were missing more money than we even made today. I'm like, no, don't worry about it. I don't know what the hell that was, but we didn't even make that today. Crazy. It's a pitiful day at work, I'm telling y'all. I'm gonna wash these couple of dishes, guys. Trying to stay live a little while. We had a pretty good stream going. We had the president talking about the crisis going, but I think that's important, guys. We all need to kind of pay attention to what the hell's going on right now. But not to believe everything. Just especially Facebook. Don't believe everything you see on there for sure, because half of the crap on there is bullcrap. I don't know what I want to eat tonight. Know if I'll cook or if I'll just eat something microwavable on there. That's stupid. What time is it? Oh, I should have done that out of there. What if we got some business later on or something? It sounds like it. Oh. Alright guys, I'm about done with that. Got a couple of dishes. Alright, we're done with that crap. Only had a few dirty dishes. Well, damn, I lied. I always miss these damn things. Coffee cups. Every time. Every damn time. Oh well, they gonna sit there. But anyway, thanks to everybody that came in the street tonight. You guys are awesome. I think we might hop off of here in a minute. I don't know if I'm gonna play anything or not. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do, guys. Oh, I'm gonna chill a while though. Maybe watch some better stuff on YouTube besides all the Corona crap going on. Alright, Sean D, I hope you have a great night, man. I may go live on something later if I feel like playing something, I don't know. But, much love to you guys. Auntie Ellen Reddy, Kim Lee Carroll, Sean D, and who else is in here? Me? I don't know. But, thank you guys for, always being here. Y'all are awesome. We got up to 15 likes. That's pretty good. But anyway, guys, I do have a daily vlog up if any of you guys want to check it out. And still working on the story time. I haven't got that finished yet. But we'll get that done. Hey, Dave, thanks for stopping by. We're actually about to hop off of here, but thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. Be sure, he did hit the like. Appreciate it, guys. But y'all go check Dave out if you're not supporting. Thanks for hopping in. But anyway, guys, like I said, much more to come. But till then, you guys be extra safe out there. Keep your eyes, your ears open, and always keep it real. Love you guys, and I will see y'all later.